Hey, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing today? Happy Monday. I hope you're good. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world, whatever it is you're up to. Hello, Irish Grace. Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a busy day today. We're going to cover everything that's been going on recently. It has been busy. But for now, just chill out, relax, enjoy yourself, say hello in the chat. Let's go. Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're good, I hope you're well. What a week it's been. It's been crazy. We've had a crazy week. I'm just going to bring up the restream chat because for whatever reason, it's not working at the moment on the OBS. But yeah, hopefully that's okay now. It looks like it's working. Just wait for a couple of you to chat and hopefully I'll be able to see. Hey, Tiny Turtle, how you doing? Deanne, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hopefully that's working now. Should be good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this, shall we? It's been a crazy week. For those of you that have been following, you'll know that there's been a lot going on. You're saying I'm really quiet. Hold on. How's that? Is that any better? That should be okay. I mean, it seems to be coming on all right. Can you guys hear me okay? Maybe Fitzy, you need to turn up your speakers there, my friend. I think the audio's okay, right? Can you hear me okay, guys? Just let me know in the chat if my voice sounds okay. Hopefully it's loud enough. It should be. But yes, hello. Good to see you again. Oh, it's okay, but a little quiet. Okay, my end. You're not quiet. Audio is fine. Okay, all right, there we go. It should be okay. From what I can tell and looking at my audio setup, it all looks like it's okay. So, hopefully it is anyway. Right, let's move over. I need to do something with this boom arm. It's kind of in the way there. Loud and clear. Good to see John Scott. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Your volume's only set to 30 and you can hear me. Okay, I think we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a busy week. For those of you that know, I got involved in a game. Last week, the week before, sunflower farmers, and it's been just full on, absolutely mentally full on. The last week's been crazy. So yeah, we've had a lot going on. So let's have a little recap and just talk about where we are at the moment. Not in that game, but in general. We had a team meeting this morning. Cody, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Did the horse recover? Hey, the horse is doing all right, actually. We'll talk about that. So here's what we're going to talk about. Well, we had a team meeting earlier, and we talked about everything that's going on. It's a new year, start of January, and we're kind of like, okay, where are we? What's going on? So let me just recap on the first thing. When I started streaming over years ago, I created a profile because I didn't want to be like Steve Woody. I wanted a profile for when I was gaming, for something that people could recognize me by. And when I was playing Warzone and playing Dota, I wasn't necessarily that good at the game, and so I was a bit of a noob. In fact, I was a massive noob. In fact, you could go as far as to say I was the undisputed noob. And that's kind of why that sat with me. I initially was looking at kind of ultimate noob and all of these different things, but for all the social media channels and everything, undisputed noob kind of worked. So when I started streaming, undisputed noob was meant to be me. It was meant to be my profile in the gaming world. And I never thought it would ever grow more than that. I never thought it would be more than just me. And what happened is, as we started to get into crypto, I started to move, and those of you that remember will know that I transitioned from playing Warzone into playing Dota, and then I transitioned into Axie. And Axie was kind of the first play-to-earn game that I stepped into. And the kind of stream focused more on that than anything else. And the reason that the stream started to focus more on that than anything else, was because for me, Axie was a way to help other people. You see, when I was gaming, it was a way to help me. And me sharing the stream was so that I could justify that it wasn't a waste of time. If I'm creating content, then it kind of feels like I'm justifying spending hours playing games. When the reality is it was a form of escapism, and I was just escaping reality. That's just the truth. So the fact that I was not a pro gamer, the fact that I was not a professional, people could relate to me. And people actually said, we like your stream because you're just like us. We're not professional gamers, and it's nice to see someone who's just average. And there's another guy that streams called Average Dad, and I really loved his brand, and I kind of wanted that brand. But it was already taken. Obviously, I wasn't going to take it. So that's where that come from, Undisputed Noob. Then consider when I got into Axie, we had to build out the whole brand and the whole ecosystem and all of the profiles around Axie. So we had this Axie Scholar UK that was starting to build, but we also had Undisputed Noobs. So people were calling themselves Undisputed Noobs from Axie Scholar UK. And as we started to get bigger and bigger, and we started to think about the bigger vision in the team, it became apparent that there was a fundamental mistake in how we were moving forward. And it was so subtle and so simple. Most of you probably won't even recognize what happened. We actually did a rebrand. And those of you that remember the old logo, it was Undisputed Noob. If you see the new logo, it's actually Undisputed Noobs. And it's so subtle. We've changed the entire logo simply by adding an S on the end of the word noob. Because now it is no longer about me. It's now about us. So it's less about an individual and more about a community. So it's not Undisputed Noob, it's Undisputed Noobs. And that as a collective is what we've been building over the last 6 months within the Discord channel, and everything that we've been doing around Axie, and everything that we've been doing in a crypto space. So Axie is really that core fundamental pillar of what we're building. It's the first game in the space. It's the OG. I still believe it's the biggest. It will continue to be the biggest. They're doing amazing things. And when they add land and the SDK and the community driven assets, I see, and once they sort out the Axie sync with the recycling mechanism, and they sort out the mechanics with the burning on SLP, once all of that is fixed, Axie will be a phenomenal game. It will be one of the main games of the next 10 years. It's going to be like Pokemon. It's going to be that game that we remember. So I'm very bullish, and I love Axie, and Axie's where my heart is. You know, you can see on the display behind me, look, it's all still very, very Axie themed. I still love Axie and everything that we're doing around Axie. So none of that changes. None of that changes. But as I tell people in crypto, and in anything in life you do, you need to be able to diversify. You have to have a diverse range of products to be able to mitigate risk. And what do I mean by that sentence? By having more than one thing, if one thing was to fall over, you have other things that can hold it up. For example, you wouldn't have a table with one leg, okay? Because if that leg falls over, the table will collapse. You could get away with having a table with 3 legs, but ideally you want 4 legs to give it that sturdy, strong foundation. And so that's kind of what we're doing now. We're kind of, hey, Dan Jenkins, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you in the chat, mate. By the way, I can see you if you're here. Hello. Hope you're good and hope you're well. Also, thank you for the follows, by the way. Gobby, thank you for the follow. Jackie, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Hodlvic, thank you very much. Appreciate you all, guys. So here's my point, is that you want that strong foundation. And so in the crypto gaming space, I asked myself the question, what constitutes a strong foundation? And for me, it's not about having multiple games. Multiple games is not the answer. For me, it was about having multiple genres. Because you could have 4 games in the same genre. And let's say, and I'm not saying it will, but let's say that genre falls over. Then all of those games in that genre will fall over with it. So at a top level, I had to ask myself, what are the genres that I want to be involved in? So is it going to be FPS? Is it going to be MOBA? You know, is it going to be strategy, RTS? Is it going to be turn-based? Is it going to be like football-based? Is it going to be sports-based? Is it going to be action-based, card-based? Like, what are the genres that we want to be involved in? And I said to myself, I wanted to pick kind of like the top game in each genre. Now, Axie was the kind of first digital pet fantasy-style battle arena kind of Pokemon-style genre. I don't even know what you fit that into. It's kind of in its genre of its own, right? But then I started looking at other things that are out there. And the next one on my radar was horse racing. I love the idea of taking this breeding mechanic and put it into horse racing and turning like physical horse racing like the Kentucky Derby or Ascot and turning it into a digital horse racing environment. And so that you saw Z.Run. Z.Run was released and it was out there and it was like a very Tron-like style game. And I love that. It was a great concept. However, I didn't quite see the Tron-like style graphics as getting mass adoption. For me, mass adoption to the general public needed realism. A form of realism that we could connect to that went above a wireframe. Because Z.Run is effectively a wireframe. And that's when D-Race came in. And when I started to see what D-Race were bringing out and building, and also the partnerships they were bringing in, like with Michael Owen, with his stables in the UK, and a lot of the partnerships and stuff. And I got talking to just last week, actually, I was on a call with the CEO, one of the lead developers. Great people. And then you've got people like Brad, who's building out the Dirk Army, and you've got this whole initiative that's building out on the back end, and these community-driven incentives that are coming out. So I'm really excited to be able to own our own.
75 stars.
Thank you very much, by the way, for the stars. For some reason, I'm not seeing stars. Let me just have a look at my. I don't know why I'm not seeing that. I need to look at the filter. Figure out why. Okay, because apparently I'm logged into Twitch and not Facebook. I can't even see the star donations. I'm so sorry. I'll have to figure that out later, guys. We'll sort that out later. But thank you so much for the stars, whoever just sent them. I can't see who they were, but thank you. So yeah, in terms of the horse racing, I was really keen to be able to own our own hippodrome, have the Undisputed Noobs hippodrome, bring people in that way, and I kind of love that. And it goes back to what we've been teaching from day one, is that it's not really about what games we play, but it's about the community that are involved with those games. Hey, Knight, how you doing, buddy? Love your stream. Keep going, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Knight, I love your graphics. Your graphics that you're building at the moment in Sunflower Land are incredible. I love them. And if you don't know Knight and you haven't seen him, we met just through the Discord server. If you look at the Discord server in Sunflower Land, the new banner, Knight created that. Just getting him, and this is what I love about this, is Knight is just getting into pixel art and he's learning, and he's like, hey guys, like I'm here and I'm learning and I'm keen to learn. And the community are like, yeah, no worries, come on, we'll help you. And having that community coming together to be able to fulfill your passion and live your dream and do what excites you, that's what this is all about. So we don't want to limit it to one game. So then we've got to consider, okay, what are the different genres? So right now we've got Axie, we've got D-Race, we've got Genopet, which if you don't know is a move to earn. It will be connected to your wearable device and you'll earn crypto based on the steps that you do. So you'll be able to run around on the treadmill whilst your horse is racing on the treadmill next to you, and you'll be playing Axie. Like, you'll be able to connect all of these games together. That's the goal here. That's what we're looking to do. In fact, we're looking to initially cap out our scholarships at 1,000. And what we're going to do is we're going to have every month, we'll open up like a new onboarding of the next wave of scholars. So we'll end up having every month, we'll hopefully in 12 months, because we're going to do 12-month scholarships. The idea is at the end of 12 months, you'll graduate with your Axie, like in an ideal world, you'll graduate with your Axie and your horse, and you'll have all of your in-game assets to play on your own. That's what we're hoping for. But we need to carry on, like, that's a little bit down the line. We need to carry on building. So at the moment, we've got the Axie thing that we're working on. We need to continue to build that. But the whole thing about people before profits is really, and I want to drive this point home. It's about focusing on the community first. It's not saying people rather than profits. We do want to make money. We do want to be profitable. We need to be. But it's about focusing on the people first so we don't get lost in this corporate entity of you just being a number. So obviously there's going to be an element where we need to be profitable, but what we want to do with those profits is purchase the NFTs to allow you to go on and do bigger and better things. And this will evolve and we'll figure this out as we go. I don't have the answers right now, but I just know that that's what we're building. So the community's growing. We've got Axie, we've got D-Race, we've got Genopets, we've got Gods Unchained. We've got, there's so many games at the moment, so many games. We was talking about it earlier, and in fact, just looking through the Discord server, like if you look in our Discord, and in fact, I'm going to just pop over now and show you. So let's have a look in our Discord, right? So the first thing you're going to see, if I come in here, hold on a second, 1 sec. So you have to go through and you have to answer the rules. That's still there, that hasn't changed. So you come through into the Discord server, you check that, and just let's have a look right now. 3,200 members in our Discord. Like, I'm so proud of that. It's incredible. Hey Tom, how you doing, buddy? Tiny, how you doing? Chaos, can you please write down a list of games project in a tweet, please? Yes, I will. I'll get that done. We'll get that sorted out. So at the moment, as we come down, as you get in, the first thing you'll see is you won't see all of this. It's because I'm an admin. I've got all of these things open. But you'll see this, NFT games. And the first thing you'll do is you'll click on a game here, and you'll choose what game do you want to be involved in. If you want to be in Axie, you click that. In fact, one of the things we need to do is stop people having additional reactions. Fitzy, if you're watching, mate, and I'm not sure if you're here, could you just turn off the ability to add reactions and just remove... You'll actually have to like right-click on here. And you'll have to go into, not remove all reactions, don't do that. You'll have to go into reactions, click on this one, and then we'll have to go in and do it this way. And the only reason being is I want to just keep this clean so people don't, it's more just to stop people getting confused. That's all. It's more just to stop people getting confused. Because a lot of people have got those like things there. So what you can do here is you can click on this, and you can click on the games that you're interested in. Thank you, mate, thank you. When you click on the game, so let's say you're interested in Genopets. You click here, and it will give you a new role. The new role that you will have will open up. So if we see the NFT games here, so let's have a look. There's Axie, Sunflower. Going to rename this now. It's no longer called Sunflower Farm anymore. It's called Sunflower Land. It's being renamed, so we'll just change that quickly. So we've got Axie, we've got Sunflower Land, we've got Genopets, D-Race, Gods Unchained. We're looking at Pegasus. The reason that I've not taken Pegasus on at the moment, in case you're curious, is because I want to see if Pegasus goes down the same road that Axie went down. You know, we see Axie at the moment, we see SLP, and it hurts, and we know it hurts, and I'm going to address this. But I don't know if Pegasus is going to go down that same road, and Pegasus is kind of like a cross between D-Race and Axie. So I'm looking at Pegasus. I like it. Also, I'm well aware of Thetan Arena. I'm well aware of a lot of other games that are out there. There's just too many to pick, right? There's just so many games. Like, to pick them all is just... we have to pick and choose. Illuvium, once that launches, we'll be looking into that, but I'm going to let the dust settle and all the hype die down. Meta Soccer, definitely interested in looking into that. Monkey Ball, keeping an eye on that. And then any other games that we're kind of looking at the moment. So there's a lot of other things. There's Meta Pets, there's Thetan Arena. There's so many at the moment. There's so many. I can't even think about all the games that are out there. There's Crypto Bomb or whatever it was called. There's Splinterlands. There's so many games. So many games. So yeah, we've got to have a look. And yeah, right now, as you add these categories, it will break down and it will open up underneath. So the first thing you're going to see is the basics. There's some game talk. We can come and talk about the game. There's some guides. There's going to be some server updates. There's going to be the social media. In fact, I think, what we can do here is, rather than having we can have their Twitter. That's fine, actually. That's fine. We'll just do that. And then once you become a scholar, you'll have access to to the scholar area as well. So like, for example, in Axie, there's a scholar lounge where all the scholars talk to each other every day. And you can go through and see this. So also, as you start to progress, if you become... Oh, there we go. There's loads more here. There we go. Cheers, mate. So we've got game talk, guides, all stuff here, help desk. And you can see by what Fitzy's done with this awesome little banner here, we can kind of see that these are the first channels, these are the next ones. So as you become like a VIP scholar, you get into like private channels when you're kind of the best. Actually, Kid Oliver, let me address this. This is a great point. Axie is dead. Is this true? So I had a conversation with one of our sponsors. In fact, it wasn't really a conversation. So what happened is one of my sponsors asked this same question and I laughed at them. And I didn't laugh at them in a derogatory way. I laughed at them just to go like, the same thing I'm going to do with you is go like, is Axie dead? No, Axie is not dead. Like, people keep saying this. Axie's not dead. Here's the problem, right, with Axie at the moment. And it's not a problem. It's the problem with people more than the problem with Axie. And let me explain why. I'm not saying it's a problem with you. I'm just saying in general. Let's look at SLP, right? Let's look at the price of SLP. So, when people say, is Axie dead? What they mean is, Axie, SLP price, is under 2 cents. Oh my God, Axie's dead. That's where people come from, right? So let me explain. Axie was worth 40 cents. And when Axie was worth 40 cents, everyone was like, Axie's incredible. It's amazing. Axie's the best thing in the world. Oh my God, let's have a look. So we go back, right? And don't forget, this is just this year. Axie has been building for 3 years. Axie has been building for 3 years. Hey, am I the guy from SFF? Yes, I am indeed. So let's have a look. Axie's been building for 3 years. It built in a bear market. All right, when everybody was like, crypto's dead, Bitcoin's going to zero, crypto's horrific, crypto's for moon boys, crypto's a scam. Oh my God, you're never going to make crypto. You can't get your money out of crypto. You can't get your money into crypto. Crypto this, crypto that. At that time, Axie just got their head down and they built. And what happened is they built and built and built. And when we had all the hype in July, we had all the hype at the start of this year in crypto, look at what happened. Axie went parabolic. There's just... There's no other way to explain it. Axie went up like 200%. All right. And people were like, oh my God, Axie's amazing, Axie's amazing, Axie's amazing. We got to here. We got to the top and everyone was like, Axie! It was just this euphoria. And then the market went, nope. And it's just been on this downward slide since. And everyone's like, oh, the pain. And it's got difficult and everyone's feeling it. And what this has done is it has flushed out all of the people that wanted to make a quick buck, all of the people that were only in this for the money. It's flushed them out. And now what you've got is those people are going, Axie's dead. No, Axie's dead. No, Axie's dead. No, Axie's not going to make it. Axie's dead. Well, actually, Axie's been going sideways for a considerable amount of time. And then, because the entire crypto market dropped, Axie dropped. This is not Axie being dead. This is the entire crypto space. Money has left crypto, and so it makes sense that we have this drop. But if you look at the bigger picture and you zoom out, Axie is still going sideways. All right? Yes, it's taken another little hit and it's going down a bit, but it's still, for the majority, it's going sideways, which is not a good or a bad thing. I mean, it can't go much lower because it's going to hit zero, but it can go into decimalization, meaning it could go sub 1 cent. It could go under 1 cent. It could go to 0.001. Okay? Now, if that happens, people are going to be like, oh my God, Axie's dead, Axie's dead. Axie's not dead. What Axie are doing right now is building. No different to what they did 3 years ago when they built in a bear market, when everyone said that crypto was dead. Axie are building. So what do we need for SLP to pump? Well, we need Axie themselves, Axie Infinity. We need Sky Mavis to be able to manipulate the process in the burning mechanism. If you look at the minting and the burning, so many people come into Axie, and so SLP is being generated. Now, consider, SLP was never meant to be earned in the off season. SLP was only ever designed to be earned during the season with the leaderboard, but they kept it open in the off season. So people have been able to earn money even when they shouldn't have been able to earn money. And as a result, minting has been higher. So demand has been higher than supply. Supply has been higher than demand. And so as a result, the price has gone down. So what are we waiting for? Axie do not want a pump until they are ready. If Axie has another pump and they don't have the infrastructure, they will exactly the same thing that will happen as what happened back in July. For those of you that remember, Axie went down for about a week. It was unplayable for about a week. You couldn't access the server. You couldn't access the game. It was dead at that point. Like, it just wasn't doing anything. And so we don't want to experience that again. And so what they're doing is they're building out the structure. They're building out the Ronin network. They're building out all of the assets and everything that we need. And you're not seeing this because it's happening in the background. They're giving updates and they're giving teasers, but people, because they can't see it, believe it's not happening. But the truth is, what's happening in the background in Axie is they're building out the Ronin network to handle mass scale. They're building out the new gameplay for Origins, which is going to be version 2. That's going to bring in a free-to-play model where you don't earn crypto, but you can still play the game. That's where we'll start to see mass adoption, where we'll also be on iOS and Android, and there'll be a mobile version of the game. So that will happen. Then people will start to filter across into the crypto side of things, and there'll be an easy transition from the free-to-play to play-to-earn. When that happens, we'll have land. Land will have Axie recycling, we'll have SLP recycling, we'll have new elements, we'll have wood and stone and all of these other assets that will also be in the game and it will be like Clash of Clans. And you'll be able to harvest resources on land. You'll be able to play mini games where you'll be able to burn your SLP and other things. There's so much coming. We're so early still. SLP is not dead. Okay? Axie is not dead. Axie are building. SLP is hurting, but it's just going to get to a level where it just can't go any lower, and then the only way it can go is up. It's not going to disappear. All right? Yes, you may be struggling to earn a decent wage through Axie at the moment, but that's a temporary problem. And so what we're doing at Undisputed Noobs is saying, look, we know you're suffering right now. We know that you're having some problems and that you're struggling with Axie and SLP. So what we're doing is looking at other alternatives to help you. One of those such things that we introduced recently was Sunflower Lands, which was Sunflower Farmers. Now, when I got involved, I got in just before the hype, and it was incredible to see. But when we look at what happened, and it was so unfortunate that the game just got so big so quickly that it just couldn't handle it. It couldn't handle it because it wasn't designed to scale like that. It wasn't built to scale. So when we look at what happened here, we can see, look, it was kind of like it was kind of like this. Look, it did nothing, it did nothing, it did nothing, it did nothing, and it exploded. And when I say exploded, I mean it absolutely exploded. And then what happened? It bounced, and then this is where the exploit happened. Okay, when the exploit, it was going to bounce. It would have recovered again here. So this is what would have happened had it not been exploited. Pumped, recovered here, halfway 50% correction to about $3, and a gentle bonding curve up to $5, $6. That is what would have happened. Instead, what happened is it pumped, bots sold off, it recovered, and then it got exploited. Somebody found a way to exploit the contract to mine millions of pickaxes that they could then use to harvest resources through an exploit in the smart contract. And at that point, it was decided we needed to take the game offline to protect and preserve the economy and to protect and preserve the community. The game needed to be taken offline. So the game was stopped. Obviously, as a result of that, the coin crashed to a point now where it is just being traded on speculation. The only people buying and selling this now are the people that are not doing their research. They look and go, oh, look, it was $7 and now it's like less than $1. I'm going to buy it. It's really cheap. And then they'll go in and buy it. And then the bots will go, thank you, bleed, bleed, bleed. And the bots will just cash out because the bots are still playing the game. And that's it. So I wouldn't recommend playing it, because the reason I wouldn't recommend playing it, and I know some people have been playing it offline, is if you connect to the smart contract and you're still playing it, the problem is the new anti-botting software that's being integrated into the new smart contract will flag you as still playing the game. If you're continuing to play it, you'll get flagged as a bot, and all of your resources and assets will get burnt, because that's what's happening. That's what's going to happen. So yes, the bots are trying to dump because they know it's worthless, but if no one's buying, then the bots are just dead. So SFF as a token, you can't delete it, unfortunately. You can blacklist it, but you can't delete it. But SFF as a token is dead. If you hold SFF, hold it. Because what happened is we did an initial snapshot. The initial snapshot that was taken was to say these are all of the wallets that are interacting with the smart contract, and these are all of the assets that they hold in terms of SFF, gold, wood, NFTs, everything that was held, a snapshot was taken. Now, we did that, and we had to do that we couldn't tell anyone we were doing that. Because here's the problem. If we tell the community, hey, we're going to take a snapshot, then the exploiters and the bots and the bad actors can then front run that decision, and they can then sell and do what they're going to do. So you can't tell people what you're going to do. You have to just do it. The knock-on effect of that is then the community are like, but you never warned us. Well, we can't warn you, because if we warn you, then the bots will get the advantage on you. And what we're trying to do is protect you from those bots. So we have to just do it, and you have to just trust us. There's no other way. But we're also aware that some people get caught in the crossfire, and we're aware that some people were still buying and selling. So what we did is quietly, again, because we can't tell you this, because if we tell you, then people continue to exploit. So to protect you from that exploitation, we took a second snapshot. And we're not going to disclose that second snapshot. But a second snapshot was taken after the first. And in the new software, we will load in both snapshots. We will look at who's been trading continuously, i.e. a bot, and who made a couple of trades and a couple of mistakes in that. It doesn't matter now, it's done. It was in that time period. And then the algorithm will work it out, and we will compensate everybody that continues to hold those tokens. So the ones that held the tokens before the snapshot was taken, or did a couple of trades in and out before, will have the opportunity, as long as you still hold those tokens, you will have the opportunity to exchange them in the new game. So what does that mean? It means SFF is worthless. But if you hold SFF and you hold it genuinely, then when the new token comes out, which will be SFL, Sunflower Land, when the new token comes out, you will be able to exchange one SFF for one SFL. And when we build up and we grow, and we will, and the community comes back and we do everything we've said we're going to do, and the token price comes back up, then you're welcome to sell or do whatever you want to do, or hold it. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. So that's what's going to happen with that. So we've looked at Axie. Axie's not dead. Axie's building. It's just in an Axie bear market right now. So scholars are still playing Axie, and we're still onboarding. In fact, one of the things I need to do today, if I look in here, I have another, let's have a look, shall we, in the wallet. I've got another free ETH right now to buy Axie. Like, there's almost $10,000. I'm going shopping today. In fact, Cody has already given me a shopping list. After this stream, we're going shopping. I am going to be buying Axie. In fact, let's go and do it right now. Let's go and buy some Axie, shall we? Should we do it live on stream? Should we go shopping? We haven't done this for a while, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go buy some Axie. So what I need to do is, here we go, look. Wow, here's the list. Let's go shopping. All right, so sunflower farms will recover. We're not worried about that at the moment. Let's have a look here. All right. Oh, wow, 4 teams. Added a 4th team. So Axie's given me Cody's given me a 4th team. Just because he likes this. So, all right, let's do this then. So we're going to go for, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5 teams, right? Let's do 5 teams off the bat, and then we'll come back and we'll do more. So, to unlock my Ronin wallet. Thought I'd already done that, to be honest. Okay. Thought we'd already done that, but apparently not. Let's do that again. Oh, I need to open up the right wallet. Okay, cool. So now that's done. Let's come across here, just refresh these. Let's plug in the hard wallet. Hold on, guys. We're going to do this. We're going to do it together. Oh, sorry, guys. I pressed the wrong button there. Steve's on a shopping spree. Oh, you missed this. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go shopping. Right. What do you mean wrong wallet? It's not the wrong wallet. Am I in the wrong... Oh, logged into the wrong account. Bear with me. Let me log into the right account. Let me connect. Bear with me. Give me a second, guys. Now, I should have done this a few weeks ago, to be honest, but we were waiting on new teams and we were sorting stuff out, and there was just a lot of stuff going on to make sure we did it right. So just bear with me a second, guys. Let me just log in. All right. Bear with me. All right, should be logged in. Let me see. Did that work? Are we logged in? Hopefully we're logged in. Best way is to refresh this, and is it? All right. Apparently that didn't log me in. Let's try again. Log in. Yes. Confirm. Ah, okay. This is different. Different screen this time. Oh, come on, Ronan. Don't be telling me that I'm having problems with Ronan again. I thought they fixed all of this. I haven't been in here for ages because of these reasons, right? This is what I mean. They can't scale until they fix Ronan. There we go. I'm logged in. Finally. Let's get that first one back up. Now let's refresh all of these because we should now be logged in. All right. Bye now. Okay. You're going to just let me buy nice and easy? You are. Thank you ever so much. All right, there's one. I'm logged in already. What are you doing? Okay. Let's buy this one as well. Nice. Purchase failed. What? This is a lot of the trouble. Let me try it again and see if it works. It might be okay. See, it worked that time. This is a lot of the problem with Axie right now. It's buggy. It's very buggy. So yeah, it's frustrating for me trying to buy Axie and do all of the bulk actions that need to be done, which is why I've kind of spent a little bit less time on Axie. Not because it's dead or I don't believe in it, but just because they're building. And I'm waiting for them to release the Ronin coin so that we can have validators on the Ronin network, because that's going to be something that's going to make a massive difference. When we start paying gas on Ronin, I'll come back. Like, more. Because at the moment, this, unfortunately, it's just a bit of a waste of my time to be able to do this. And Fitzy will tell you about this because he has to do payroll now, so he knows how painful this is. When you're doing hundreds and hundreds of transactions, like, I don't even know. There's no guarantee that this Axie went through. Right, it did. It did go through. But I'm not logged in again now. So if I refresh, now I'm logged in. All right. So, oh my god, I don't even know what scholar this is going to be, but let me just say team 1 front. There you go, team 1 front, that'll do. All right, so what I need to do now is just refresh these screens and see if I own these Axie, and if it's logged me in. Yep, so we're going to go for T1 front. Just save the name of that, and then at least I know what it is, right? And also I can see if I own it or not, so that's free. I don't know if that one went through or not, and also, but this one did, so it looks like one didn't possibly go through, so I can try and buy it again. Again, see, you have to double check. Gracie, yeah, I think this will be, so we're going to push up to 200 scholars, okay? So the whole idea in Axie at the moment is we're gonna push today. We're gonna push up to 200 scholars. That's the goal. That guy is labeled back, my friend. Which one? Oh, Cody, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. It actually is. I just saw it as the first one and assumed it was the front. But you're absolutely right. That is the back. See, this is why I don't touch these things, because I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted to read. Yep, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay, we own this one now, so... Oh, no. Team 1, back. Right. Done. See? Okay, so we've now bought those 5, so that's good. So now let's go for a midline. All right, we'll close those down now. We bought those 5. Let's look at our midline and see how much we're going to play for that. Yep, we can go for 1. See? Problem now is we're only actually going to get 3 of these. So we're going to wait because we're not going to get the other 2 because it costs too much. So we're going to get 3 of them, but we're going to need to wait for 2 more. So let's just go and buy these. This one's nice and cheap. Let's see if we can buy this one. Riley's Cradle. Hopefully we get this. La da da da. And also we can buy this one as well because it's not a bad price. I know you sunflower farmers. I trust you so much. I love watching you. Barak, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Well, look, we're here. We show up. You know, we're not going anywhere. We're just rebuilding. Everything's just being rebuilt at the moment. So it's really amazing that we got to do what we got to do. And it's really sad what happened. But you have a choice in those moments. You either roll over and bury your head in the sand and say, oh, well, we tried. Or you say, well, do you know what? I'm not going to let that beat me. I'm going to get back on the virtual horse, and we're going to carry on. Speaking of virtual horses, we'll be going across the D-race shortly. Probably going to be a long stream, actually. We've got a lot to do. All right, so I can only buy those 3 at the moment. So we're going to just refresh this. So this is going to be Team 1 mid. All right, and that one looks like it's been bought. This one as well, I think I now own. It's just not updated yet. Maybe that one didn't go through. Oh, no, it's this one I want. See, that one failed. See, transactions are still failing. As long as transactions are still failing, they are not ready to scale. It's as simple as that. When transactions on the Ronin network continue to fail, Axie is not ready to scale. So they need to sort out their Ronin network so that we can then do mass, we can do mass transactions. So yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good. It will all work out. We just need, like, the problem at the moment with a lot of people is that they struggle with instant gratification and needing that. Why have I not got the answer right now? You know, when I was growing up, you had like 4 channels on the TV. If you wanted to plug your games console into the TV because there weren't monitors, you had to ask your parents if they could stop watching TV. And if dad was watching the TV, there was no chance. You had to like hope that dad was reading the paper so that you could play on your games console, you know? And so, yeah, and when I grew up, I had a black and white TV. We didn't even have a colour TV. In fact, I'll tell you a really funny story, and my mum's going to hate me for doing this, but I'm going to share it anyway. When I was younger, I had this, I had a Spectrum. It was a 128K Spectrum. And I had this game. It was a new game that came out, and it was on cassettes. It was a cassette. Those of you who remember cassettes, you could like pull the ribbon out the bottom, and you had to have like a pencil to be able to like wind them back up to bring them in and try not to break the tape. So you put your cassette in and you loaded the game. And let me just show you. This is just nostalgia for anyone. This was what it was like. This is how you had to load a game. Ready? This is it. So first of all, you actually had to type that. In order to play the game, you had to type this command to load the game. Ready? That was the noise. That's what you had. This is how you used to play games. You used to sit and watch. I used to be like, you used to get so excited, like watching this game. Like, this would be where you go and get your cookies and your milk, and you'd be sitting there, and you'd be a kid, and you'd be like, I'm going to play whatever this game is. And if ever this broke, or it bugged, or it didn't work, you'd have to go back to the start. If ever there was a problem with the game, or there was a power cut, or anything happened, you'd have to, it's not like it is now. This is what it used to be like. And then the colour come in. Those were the graphics. That's what it used to be like. So, like, when you had those, like, what we have now is incredible compared to what we had. But, yeah, I thank you for the follow, by the way, if you're following. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what it was like. That's what it was like. And so, things have changed. Things have changed now. But it still takes time. People have got into that mindset now. If I want to watch something, I go on Netflix, I go on Amazon, I can just order it instantly. I don't have to wait to go to the cinema. I don't have to wait until it comes on the TV. We used to watch Lost in Space, and it used to come on every Sunday. We'd be sitting eating our roast dinner as a family watching Lost in Space. It used to look forward to that once a week, to like the next episode. So like things have changed. I know I'm old. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm only 39. I'm not that old. But I've still lived through a life without technology. I've lived through a world without mobile phones, without smartphones. I know what that world's like. And so what I've seen in my lifetime is that we have developed into a species, if you like, the human species, of this instant gratification, this dopamine hit. I want it now. And because we want it now, we're not willing to wait. And so when the crypto market doesn't do exactly what we want in that moment, it's dead. Axie's dead. SLP's dead. It's not working. It's dead. And we got to stop doing that, because those throwaway statements, if enough people say them, they can start to hurt. They can hurt the developers. They can hurt the business model. The thing that you want to work, you need to support it. So when people say Axie's dead, you need to say, no, my friend. Axie's not dead. Your hopes and dreams might be, but my passion and my desire and my belief is still very much alive with SLP, that one day will rise again. Okay, that's what you need. Not like that, but you get the idea. So, okay, we bought 3 mids. Let's go and have a look at our front line. All right, these look like they are quite a good price. So let's just go and buy 5 of these, because we wanted 5 of the last ones, right? But there was only 3 that were, yeah, that's it. Rise like a phoenix. So look, hey, I can't. Oh, Jason's like, I remember 3 TV channels. Nice. That's older than me, man. That's old school. That's real old school, mate. A lot of respect there. So yeah, I remember channel 1 to 4. Right? I remember before channel 5 come out. So yeah, but then we only had 1 news channel as well, right? So we only got 1 source of bullshit. Now it's everywhere. But yeah, that's the world, right? And how it is. So you just got to adapt, right? Now, one of the things with doing this with these Axie is that I don't want to buy too many of them in one thing, because they might not be available, like we just saw with the midline. I'm still waiting on 2 more. So I'm going to do these, buy these 5, and then that is 3 teams ready with 2 Axie missing to make up the other 2 teams. All right, and we'll get them as soon as we can. So that's the plan. Hey, Jez, how's it going? I hope you're good. Hope you're well. How is everyone, by the way? Let's do this. Let's grab this. I have no idea what I bought. I trust Cody. I trust him completely to be able to just, if he tells me to buy something, I'm buying it. Used to play on the streets because there was no internet at home until I was 10. Yep. I used to do that. I used to have a bike. I used to ride around the streets, and I used to pretend I was a policeman. So anyway, I was telling you a story, wasn't I? Yeah, I used to pretend I was a policeman. I used to like take people's number plates down and be like, oh, they're a baddie. And I used to have my little BMX bike and just do that with my little fake walkie-talkie. I was so sad. So yeah, this story about my mum. So we had this Spectrum, right? And I got this new game, and it was this. It said like 256 colors. And I was so excited because I've been playing black and white games, right? And so we loaded the game up and it didn't work properly. We couldn't figure out why. And so my mum went to the pub because we used to spend a lot of time at the pub because Dad used to play darts for the dart team and we had a lot of friends. And the pub was just across the road from our house. So we went to the pub. One of the guys there, who was a bit of a techie guy at the time. I mean, what techie was back then. Mum went up to him and went, "Hey, Tel." His name was Terry. She went, "Hey, Tel, I don't know if you can help me. My son's just got this new game. And it says it should be 256 colours, but for some reason, the colours aren't working." And he said, "Oh, that's strange. What TV are you using?" Because there were no monitors. It was just TVs. "What TV are you using?" She said, "Well, it's the little black and white one that we bought for him to play games on." I'm not going to say any more there, ladies and gentlemen. That's my mum. Love her to bits. Love my mum to bits. But look, that's the world we used to live in, right? Right, hopefully I've bought these. Let's just double check them. Oh yes, playing colour games on a black and white telly. Alright, team 1. Now this one should be the front that I was expecting, right? Hey CJ, how you doing, buddy? She gave me a bloody heart attack this morning, my mum. I tell you, I'm going to kill her when I see her. She had an appointment that she missed, and I got a phone call saying, "Oh, your mum's missed her appointment," and we've called her and been around her house, and she's not there. And I was like, that's a call you don't want to be getting, right? That's a call you don't want to be getting. So, yeah. And Cody and Fitzy will know, they were on the phone with me this morning. We was in a team meeting when it happened, and I'm like, I've got the whole day to sort out the stream. I'm going to sort out Axie. There's nothing going to get in my way today. And then I'm sitting there panicking that my mum's just died. It was like, fucking hell, it's not what you want. Hey, Osi, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're good. Yeah, all good, all good. Right, let me see if this has worked. Oh, it looks like I've got that one and that one. So let me just save these. I'm just trying to save them for sanity because otherwise I'm going to look and go, what the hell are these? Like, I'm not going to have a clue what I've bought. So I think that one didn't work. Let's try and buy it again. I don't even check the logs now. I just assume if after a minute or two it hasn't gone through, it hasn't worked. Just buy it again. All right. That one looks like now it says the auction's no longer available. I'm assuming that's because we bought it, but there's just a bit of delay. So just wait for this. Someone else has bought that one, so we didn't get it in time. So let's go and get another one. We'll grab this one instead. Oh, look at that. Good price. Cheap as chips. Axie are so cheap now. I mean, I was buying Axie originally at 0.4. 0.4 each. 0.4 each. I can almost get 10 Axie for the same price as one. It's, I'm not going to lie, a little bit painful. Steve, are there any new Metaverse games coming out right now, including you and playing except Sunflower Land? There's loads. There's loads. Some are good, some are bad. Need to kind of look into them. We'll talk a bit more in a minute. Let's just buy these teams. I'm not going to buy all the teams, so I'm just going to buy these ones for now, and then we'll come back and I'll get some more later off stream. That's the first team. That's a DAP team. That's a Dusk. Is that a Dusk Aqua plant we bought? I don't even know. All right, but we got that one. So then that one's done. So I think it's just this one now. This looks like the last one. Do we own this one? It's no longer available, but is that because we've got it? Tofu Hot Butts. I don't know if that was us that's bought it or someone else. We'll see. Carl looks like he's seen better days. Look at the state of Carl. Poor Carl. Right, let's just wait and see if we've got this one. Yes, we do. There we go. All right. So that is what, 13 Axie that we've just bought. What do we have left in the bank? Still got 2.2 ETH. We've got loads left. 2.2 ETH left. We've got loads left. We've got loads left. It's all good. All good. So, all right. I will continue to buy more of these later. Obviously, I'm not going to buy any of these now because if I refresh this, we've just bought most of them. They're at 0.1 ETH now, which is too expensive. We don't want to pay that. So we're going to wait and see if some more of these get bred before we continue to buy more teams. But yeah, we'll continue this later. But I will be adding these in. So let's have a look. What have I got in the moment? There's like 28 Axie in there at the moment. So with those 28 Axie, I will, what is that for? It's almost 10 teams at the moment. With enough to build another like 20 teams. That should be 30 new scholars today, right? That puts us up to like about 180. I'll fund another 20 on top of that. We'll get it sorted. We're going to hit 200 scholars, right? 200 scholars in Axie is the goal by the end of the day. That's the plan. I actually have to go out to the bank a little bit later. So a beautiful problem that I've got at the moment, although it's frustrating as hell, is that the bank have frozen my account. I tried to make a withdrawal from my bank. I tried to take £50,000 out of my bank a couple of days ago. And the bank said, nope. Their exact answer to me. I said, hi bank, haven't been here for a while, but I'd like to take some money out. Do you mind if I withdraw some of my money?
Nope.
I was like, not even to buy crypto?
Nope.
Can I transfer it to a different account?
Nope.
Can I do anything with my money?
Nope.
Is it actually my money?
Nope.
I can't touch my money. It's kind of locked at the moment. Hey bank, can I?
Nope.
Is it?
Nope.
What about if I was
nope.
Okay. Can I say anything?
Nope.
Bank's sitting there going, annoying, man. Annoying. So annoying. I'm going to be walking into that bank later on today like,
Normally.
Give me my money. I've been transferring it between different accounts from NatWest to Starling to Monza to Revolut. I've been going back and forth, just trying to get my money out. What I found is that under the radar, I can take out £5,000 a day. I have to transfer £150,000 out of an account. I've had to start doing it £5,000 a day. And I'm the criminal here. I'm the criminal because I'm trying to invest in a project. So, yeah, it's look, when you start dealing with this at a bigger level, you start to realize that businesses won't let you do with it, so you have to go through your personal account. I spoke to our, we're bringing on a new chief finance officer, a CFO, and yeah, I've already said, like, oh, I don't envy the accountant going through the books. Like, it's going to be brutal. All of this whilst at the same time we're setting off an offshore company and dealing with building the trust fund and the offshore company and all the other stuff that's going on at the moment. There's so many things happening to protect us and to connect us better to other people. It's so difficult. Yeah, you guys, this is why, fuck the banks, honestly. I just, if you're listening, because you would obviously be watching a streamer, like a little nobody like me, fuck you. If you're a bank, fuck you. That's all I've got to say there. Let's move on. I can't wait until the days where permissionless, decentralized wallets are the control of currency and centralized banking systems are no longer needed. It's frustrating. It really is. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, so we have this Axie kind of thing going on. We'll keep going with that, but for now, I'm just going to park it because obviously if I keep doing it, the stream will get a bit boring. But yeah, that's cool. So let's look at the next game on the list, right? Which I can't spell. Let's look at D-Race. So D-Race is pretty exciting. In fact, if you're here right now, I'm going to actually ask you a favor. I'm going to pop over to Twitter. I'm going to pop over to our new account. And I'm going to ask you ever so nicely, if you get the opportunity, you don't have to, but if you do get the opportunity, would you be so kind as to click on that Twitter link that I just posted? And would you be so kind as to give me a little follow? Because I didn't kind of want to create this, but at the same time, I was willing to do what I needed to do. So let's have a little talk about D-Race and what's going on. By the way, do you like our logo? That is a horse that this is like, is it Sven out of Frozen? I expect this horse to be like, with its hoof. I'm expecting this is a horse with attitude. This horse has pizzazz. All right, it's got some spunk in it. So this is Undisputed Noobs D-Racing. I'm loving D-Race at the moment. In fact, I think we should do a few races. A lot of stuff's changed. So this is it. And look, let me just take you back and show you the difference, right? So look at Z.run. So this is Z.run. Yeah? D-Race. Z.run. D-Race. See the difference? Like, I love what they've done on Z.run. It's really cool. It's really cool. But when you consider and look at the difference, like which game is more likely to get mass adoption in your eyes? Glenn, I'd have to have a look, mate. I'll have to have a look. I don't know at the moment. I'm not really able to take anything new on at the moment. I will check, but it's just too much going on. Too much going on. Let me just log in. Hold on. I don't even know if I'm logged into the right wallet or not. I need to check. Should we do some races? So one of the things I've built out in D-Race is I built out this Google Sheet, which has been so helpful. We'll talk about that in a moment. Oh, by the way, thank you so much. If you're like, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Right, let's have a look at what's going on here. Oh, I need to sign. Yeah, that's the one. All right, here we go. I don't even know what I've got in my balance. Let me have a quick look. I've got 38 Dirk and 7 Matic. All right, let's go. So if you are interested in getting into this, the best way to do it at the moment, unless it's changed, it might have changed, but the best way to do it before was to go to Binance.com if you're able to. Some people aren't able to. Go to the marketplace, and you're going to be looking at the top collections, and you're looking for D-Race, which is on there, but it's 9th. Wow, that has dropped in price. All right, not too much, though, actually. Not too much. So the floor price at the moment is 2,400. I paid 2,680 per horse. So at the moment, if I was to go to recently listed price low to high, the cheap... Whoa. One sec. Oh, it's an auction. Do you know, I was like, I'm buying that. I was just about to... I was gonna jump all over that. Oh, like a drunk bloke on chips. That was mine. I was like, 900 quid. That is a bargain. Yeah, so the floor at the moment, buy now floor. The buy now floor is still 2,400. When I saw that just then at 924, I was like, yoink, I'm having that. But it's an auction. So yeah, 2,400 for the floor. I paid 2,680 for mine. Steve's like, oh, snap. Give me a second. I know, right? I wouldn't have normally done that on stream, but yeah, I was, because I'm streaming, I wasn't paying full attention. I was very tempted. I would have bought that in a heartbeat. All right, so let's have a look what we've got going on here. This is our D-Race sheet, all right, and it is shared in the community. So welcome to the D-Race Diary, created by Steve Woody and Fitzy. Thank you, Fitzy. Basically, what you can do is you can come in here and you can first of all go to your stables and add your horse with your horse ID and all your data. All right, what happens then is it calculates what you've done as a result of that, and it does it through this. This is the horse diary. So for the horse diary, what we need to do is we need to add the races that we enter. And the last sheet is the data sheet, and this tells you how your horses are doing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to move this sheet. We'll come back to this one in a minute. I'm going to move this into the other screen, and I'm going to come to the race. Now, I can see this is 3 furlongs. Do I have a horse that goes well in 3 furlongs? Yes, I do. Actually, I should actually go for this one first. 3 furlongs, this one. Register for race. Who's good? Gradwina's good. All right, let's get Gradwina in. It's so much quicker now. So much quicker now. Sunflower Farms isn't involved. By the way, I was playing this game when I couldn't do my transactions because of Matic, which is what caused me to look on Polyscan, which allowed me to find Sunflower Farms, which got me into the Discord to reach out to the team, and that's how I invested. So when you're like, how do you find these opportunities? I found Sunflower Farms because they crashed the network, or they were starting to. Gas fee was starting to go up. It didn't go up like a lot. We hadn't crashed the network yet, but it was starting to. I was seeing a difference. And I was curious as to what was spiking the traffic. And that led me to go and think about checking Polyscan and a gas tracker. So if you blindly follow people sometimes, you don't get You don't get to hone that skill that asks the questions, why is this happening? How do I find out? What does this do? How does that work? Because when you start to look and ask those sort of questions, you start to dive deeper, you find those opportunities. When you just blindly follow someone, oh, let's see what crypto banter's doing today. Oh, they're saying do this, I'm going to do that. And everyone else does it, then you end up no different to sheep. So you have to be able to think for yourself, and you have to look outside the box. And that is just a good example how I was able to look outside the box and do something that not a lot of other people were doing. And I found something earlier than most. Hopefully that makes sense. This seems to be taking quite a long time to get in though. So I have faith it's going to be okay. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here all day waiting. So, D-Race, can you... It's all beta at the moment. It's a lot quicker and a lot better, and I'm seeing like different things appear, which is good. Something also that they do differently to others. They don't announce their upgrades before they happen. They roll them out, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we've just done this. So sometimes if you say, hey, we're going to do that, people are like, why didn't you do this on the time and date you said you were going to do it? There's that expectation, and we've seen that with Formation FI. How comes Axie prices come down so much? Everything's down. Everything's down at the moment. Like trillions has left the crypto market. But it's one of those things that it will recover, and it will recover bigger and better than before. It's just one of those things. This is why I'm very much interested in yield farming. Because if you held Bitcoin right now and the price of Bitcoin crashed, when the price of Bitcoin goes up, you're still holding the same Bitcoin. But if you've got something like Formation FI and it's at 20 cents when you bought in and it crashes down to 5 cents, and you're getting 70% yield as it's crashed, then when it does go back up to 20 cents, you'll have that much more. Do you see what I mean? Yield farming is the answer in a bear market, because if the price crashes, it doesn't matter if you got out or not. Of course, if you get out and get back in, you'll make more money, but there's a downside to that as well. So a lot of people talk about this with Wonderland Time. Oh, you should sidestep to be more efficient. Well, if everyone keeps sidestepping when the market goes down, then the market's going to keep going down. You're shooting yourself in the foot. A better thing to do is just to hodl, to wait, and let the market recover. Because if you are taking your money out to try and get back in, you're no better than everyone else that's thinking greed and that is trying to protect themselves in their own investment. And sometimes, like what I did with sunflower farms, I still have 20 grand in sunflower farm. It's worthless right now. I could have quite easily front run everyone, and I could have taken that out because I knew that the server was coming offline before anyone else. So I could have taken that out, but I didn't. Now you might think that's stupid of me. Why didn't you take your money out when you had an opportunity to? Now when you look at traders and people like Siam who are like always sidetracking the market and saying, oh, I'm getting out of time and getting back in, and yeah, I made an extra million and I made an extra $500,000. Good for you. You've built up your bankroll, but what you've done in the process is you fuck the economy, because you've allowed people and taught people that it's okay to pull your money out and put your money in, and pull your money out and put your money in, and all you're doing is hurting that thing that we're trying to build. And that's one of the reasons why I'm like, do you know what? An investment is okay as an investment. It can go up and down. You don't have to trade every coin. So having the ability to kind of just leave it and trust that in the future it will eventually be higher than what it is now. That's all. As long as you believe that, as long as you believe that at one point in the future it will be worth more than it currently is. That's all that matters. Because if you're yield farming, it just means you yield farm throughout the dip, and when it recovers, you can sell for more. Now this seems to be taking ages. A bit too long for my liking, so I'm going to go out and come into another one. See what's happening here. See if I can get into this one instead. Yeah, time is a quarter of when I got in, but it's still accumulating. Exactly. And it will keep accumulating. And if you believe it will get back, and I believe it will, then you've got nothing to worry about. Or you'll just accumulate to the point where you're even anyway. So, yeah. As long as you believe that it's not going anywhere, you'll be absolutely fine. It looks like for D-Race at the moment, I'm not able to get into a race. So, whilst that's quite frustrating, we're just going to go back and have a look here. So, yeah, you can see from the data sheet, 55 races entered, 19 won. I've got a 50% win rate on 3 and 6 furlongs. This horse didn't do very well. 17 races, 0 wins. What that leads me to believe is that this horse does not perform very well on this track surface. So Ballard isn't doing too bad. Kind of like a 46% win rate. In fact, Ballard's doing the best. This is a 34% win rate. This one has a 46% win rate. This one a 25% win rate. So we need to now look and we need to consider, well, okay, where does this horse run well? We haven't tried any 7s yet. Time's drop has slowed down a lot today. It recovered a bit briefly the other day. My yield is exponentially growing. Exactly, Scott. Like, for anyone that's in time at the moment, and when I say time, obviously you're not going to be in time, right? Because no one's actually holding, like, no one should be holding time. This is another thing, and just to clear it up, people say time because they're used to Wonderland time, but the reality is it's not time. So let me just show you. It's called Wonderland, all right, and you buy time. That's not right. That must be a bug in the system. That can't be right. 685 trillion? That can't be right. But anyway, let's have a look in here. So what happens is you buy time, but then you stake time. And when you stake it, you actually get memo. And so memo, okay, memo is memories. So you buy time to stake it. So you go onto Avalanche. When you're on Avalanche, what happens is you take your AVAX from Avalanche and you swap it into time, and then you swap your time, you stake it, and it swaps into memo. And then you can wrap your memo. So let me just explain this. What is the difference between memo and wrapped memo? Well, there's a really good thing on Twitter about this, actually. So let me just pop over to Twitter, because there's a really, really good explanation of this. In fact, let me just find, because he tweeted it. So by the way, if you don't know, this guy here, Daniel Esther, he's the guy that created and runs the Frog Army, which is time and everything that's going on. There's a really good visual. Here we go. So this is a good visual representation of what is wrapping. Okay. Here we go. So wrapped memo is a container that holds all of the time and memo gained through staking and rebasing. So every 8 hours there is a rebase. What that means is that it rebases the currency, but having it wrapped means that you're getting, it's kind of putting it into a box, all right? So as you see on the bottom left-hand corner, you can see the time accumulating, but the right-hand side, the value increases at rebase, all right? So on the left-hand side, the amount of time you have increases, but the price stays the same. Whereas the wrap memo, the value increases, but the number stays the same. So if you've got one wrap memo, okay, and you've got one time, if there's a rebase, you'll have, let me say, you might have 2 time, okay? Can we get 2 time? 2 time, because you've now got 2 time, okay? So you got 1 time, 2 time. I'm going Fuji's on you. If you understand and remember, oh my God, that's some nostalgia right there. We're going old school today. So if you have 1 time and then you go 2 time, your time has increased. If you've got wrap memo and you have one wrap memo and it rebases, you still have 1 wrap memo. Okay? But let's say that time is worth 10,000. All right? 1 time is worth 10,000. When it rebases, you have 2 time, and that is worth 10,000 each, which means you've now got 20,000. 10,000 time times 2. If you've got 1 wrap memo and it's 10,000 and there's a rebase, you've still got 1 wrap memo, but it's now worth 20,000. So the value's increased. So hopefully that explains rebasing. Why is that important in the UK? Because every time the amount increases and there's a rebase, it's a taxable event. But the taxable event is only when there is a change, right? And so when the value goes up, it's a taxable event. When it's wrapped, the taxable event only occurs when you sell it. So the taxable event only occurs when you sell your wrap memo, meaning that if you're getting rebased, you're getting taxed in the UK and in the US. Every time there's a rebase, that is a taxable event. When it's wrap memo, you only get taxed once when you sell it. Also, with wrap memo, you can put it onto the Phantom network, and I did a video about this in my community. If you go onto SushiSwap, there's a new way of doing things. So in SushiSwap, you can set yourself up. So before, the way that you had to do it was on Trader Joe. So Trader Joe is connected to the Avalanche network. So you would come here, you would buy AVAX, you would connect your MetaMask AVAX wallet, and in doing that, you would swap your AVAX for for time, sorry. All right, so let me just show you the difference in processes. AVAX in your Avalanche wallet, AVAX on Trader Joe into time, time into Wonderland, staked for Memo. That's the old process. Okay, and then you have the option to wrap. You click wrap, you choose all, you can wrap. I would take 127 Memo and turn it into free wrapped Memo. Same price, same thing. Okay? So you need to understand when you're doing this. If I was to do this, I would have to swap and do that. But then you understand. So now let's take the new version and the new way to do it. Okay, so that was the old way on Avalanche. Now let's do it the new way. So you can come across to something like, and I think you can do it on Avalanche as well. Let me just double check. Need to come across to Avalanche. Yeah, wrap memo. So I can do the same thing again. So look, I can take my memo. Can I just take my normal memo? Oh, I can just take my wrap memo, can't I? But anyway, what I can do here, I'm pretty sure. In fact, let's do this. Let's do this now. So let's wrap this. I'm just going to have to do this transaction. Bear with me a second. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Okay, so I'm just logging in. Let me wrap this, because it's good that I get to show you this. I didn't want to do this before, because I kind of wanted to hold off and wait until I was on stream to do this, so that you could see it. So just bear with me a second. I've just logged in. Okay. All right, let's try that again. It possibly looks like MetaMask just had a wobble. Give me a sec. No, it's like my brain's going in every direction. I get you. All right, we'll do that a bit later. Don't worry about that right now. So, anyway, my point being is that if you were to wrap it, okay, and I think at the moment I'd have to shut everything down and reopen it. It's fine. So, what would happen is you would wrap it, and then in SushiSwap, you can come here and you can take your wrapped memo, and you can swap it for MIM. Okay, so I can take my wrapped memo on Avalanche or on Phantom Network, and I can swap it for MIM. So now, why don't you speed up Sunflower 2.0? Oh, my friend. Why don't you ask better quality questions? I mean, I'm not going to speed... One, I can't. It's the developers that you need to be asking, not me. And two, why rush something to release it before it's ready? Why rush something that's not ready? Because surely if you rush something, that's where there are bugs and exploits and problems, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So like saying, why don't you speed up Sunflower 2.0? We're all looking forward to playing. I'm desperately waiting to play that game. I can't wait to play that game. But we can't rush it. Like, they're doing everything they can. They are working as hard as they can to get 2.0 out. If they could go any faster, they would be going faster. Like, it's not like, oh, you know, they're at 100% right now, working flat out. So there's nothing they can do. The only thing you can do is, and here's what you can do, because there is something you can do as a community. Every time you ask a question, like, why don't you speed this up? Or every time you ask a question without looking, because everything's available. There's documents, there's FAQs, there's the Discord. Everything has been published. If you do a bit of research and looking around, every answer to every question is there. But every time you ask that same question again, you take a member of the team away from rebuilding to answer your question. So every time you ask a question that's already been asked, you slow down that process of launching version 2. Just be aware of that. So I'm just pointing that out, just so you're aware of it. That's all. It's it can't go any faster than we're going. Everyone's going as fast as they can. And I need to just shut my browser down and restart it. I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, so the point here is that if you've got magic internet money, MIM, you can literally swap that for Wrap Memo. You no longer need time. You no longer need the Wonderland website. You can bypass that whole process and simply just hold Wrap Memo because the price will keep going up. That's it. That's all you need to do. So if I was to look at let's go into Dex Screener and look at the price of Wrap Memo to time. All right, so this is the price of time. All right, then let's open up a new tab. But this one, let's look at the price of Wrap Memo. So Wrap Memo to MIM, okay, on the Avalanche network. So we can do the same thing. And also look at liquidity at the moment. So on the Phantom network, there's no liquidity, but here there is. All right, so we can continue to use Avalanche at the moment. You don't need the Phantom network right now. All right, so let's look at what's happening. So here we go. Look, we can see January the 10th up to 10 o'clock this morning, and there was a huge price dump. It got up to like 100,000, and it dumped down to, again, to 89. So that again, you could have sidestepped that. Of course you could have, but that's the problem when you keep doing these sidesteps. That's the problem. So I'm just holding it at the moment. So we're holding it, and we're saying, well, okay, well, what was the price when it was at 24th of December? 141,000 Wrap Memo. That's the price. This is in dollars, because MIM is effectively a stable coin to dollars. So this is currently the price of Wrap Memo. So let's go back to that high point and look there and say, all right, 141,000, right? And then let's come back across to, oh, I can't get in there now, can I? I was going to say to Wrap on Wonderland. It looks like it's bugged out. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Hold on a sec. I'm just going to shut everything down. I didn't want to do this, but we'll do it anyway. Hold on. All right. Let's try again. Hopefully that's going to work now. So come back to Wonderland. Let's just log back in. Let me have a look. But these issues will be resolved if the contract was closed, right, and not released the entire project on GitHub for anyone to access. Yeah, but you have that's true, yes. But then there's an element of centralization that was trying to be avoided. The whole idea is that the concept of the Sunflower game was that it was open source. For something to be open source, you need to have it available for other people to get the code. The game will still be open source, but it will be done with a centralized element to protect against botting and scripting and exploitations. Also, when the developers launched the first code, they launched it and they made the smart contract immutable, meaning it could not be altered. So even if they wanted to edit it and to rush a fix, they couldn't. They couldn't change it. And that was to stop developer manipulation. So that's one of the reasons. Oh, you're saying it might be because of market activity. Bitcoin just breached 40k. Well, let's have a quick look and see what Bitcoin's doing, shall we? Let's have a quick look and see what Bitcoin's doing. Because we've been watching Bitcoin. It's been at a very, very tough level. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, good call. I think I'm gonna wait for a small pullback, because I think we're gonna get a small pullback, and then I will be exiting the market. I will definitely be exiting the market. I'm going to wait for a pullback to see what happens. So basically in Bitcoin, this is a major support line that we have here. We can see it bounced off it back in July last year. This was back in like 2020. So from the pump up, we had this, and we've just had it again. All right. And it's also, as you can see here, it's forming this like really nice head and shoulders. Well, not nice, actually. It's actually ugly. It's not actually nice at all. Where is head and shoulders? So if we were to like take that as left shoulder, take that as kind of like the head, and almost take that as the right shoulder. It's not pretty, but it's definitely there. So if we were to look at that and consider that the drop to there is about 30%, that means we're possibly looking at a 30% drop. We could be expecting Bitcoin to dump down right now to about 30k. So I think we're expecting, I'm actually looking right now at a 10k Bitcoin drop. That's what I'm expecting right now. I'm going to be exiting the market. In fact, I'm going to be doing that right now. So let's go and wrap this. Let's wrap all of this up. All right, it's going to give me free wrap memo. Bear with me a second while I do this. Now, we need to make sure that what we're doing right, because what this could be is a shakeout before a pump. It's very, very, very possible this is a massive fake out. Very possible. Now, I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying it's possible. So I need to do some research, which I'll probably be doing off stream because I'll need the day to do this. But yeah, the fact that this is just broken, and it's literally broken it whilst we've been on stream. It's happened in the last hours or two. Exactly. A lot of coins will get destroyed if Bitcoin goes to 30K. And that's the point. That's the point. So right now, this to me, what you would normally, well, this is what sort of Cyan would say in this situation, is you're going to get one or two things happening, right? If it's going to overextend, you're going to get a 50% correction. 50% correction would hold it above that line. So this could be a shakeout right now. Or we could get a retest. So it could end up doing this. It could end up doing this. All right. Or it could end up doing this. There's 3 ways it can go. I mean, there's always 3 ways it can go. It's only ever going to go 3 ways. All right. But at the moment, until we get more candles printed, we're not going to know. So one of the really good things that I recommend you do, and one of the things that this is how I've learned a lot of this trading, has been through Crypto Banter. And follow Sheldon the Sniper. Sheldon the Sniper, phenomenal. I mean, you've got to understand that their channel has been built for attention, right? They're trying to build up views. So when you ignore the typical hype and stuff that's going on, yep, you can see that there is a massive dump off right now. We've just had a crossover. If we're looking at the... Yeah, I mean, we just had a massive crossover there. When you look at that, that's the 50-day moving average has crossed over. Massive, massive sell pressure right now, especially within the last hour. We're seeing a huge, huge drop. But like anything, when there's a massive drop, depending on where this lands, there will be a 50% correction. I actually come out, I sold all of my Bitcoin the other day. I sold all of my Bitcoin the other day. I don't have any left anymore. I kind of didn't know whether this was going to happen or not, but I saw it better to be in other coins. So the fact that this is happening live is good. So I don't like, it'll get to a point where people will start buying back. All right, this will get eaten up. Now, does it happen quickly? Is this going to be one of these where it steps down? Is this going to be a V-shaped recovery? Is this going to be a retest like with a Kobo? Like, what's going to happen, all right? Like, we don't know. And we won't know. And it's so easy to look back and go, oh, yeah, I wish I'd done this and I wish I'd done that. It's fine when you can see what's happening. But when you're in this moment and you're sitting with, like, and bearing in mind, I'm sitting right now with, like, $2.5 million that I need to decide, how do I move $2.5 million quickly in a market that's moving? Now, at the moment, I'm not doing anything. At the moment, I'm just watching. Because if I make a hasty decision and it's a wrong decision, I can get wrecked twice. I can get wrecked by selling here, and I can get wrecked. If this takes off, if this is a fake out and it takes off, I get wrecked here and I get left behind, and I'm like, oh shit, I've been left behind. So as long as I believe that eventually it's going to come back up here, which I do, even if it does this, it's coming up here eventually. Even if it takes months, it's coming back. Yes, if I got out of the market, I could look to get in here, and I'm going to make, like, and it's not even that. Like, you have to think about what I was saying. I'm expecting a drop now to about 30,000. Like, that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm seeing a drop to 30K in Bitcoin, which means everything's going to drop down. If we hit 30K, that's kind of like this level here. All right, this is what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing a drop down to 30. And a pretty sharp one like that. Let's see. And if this starts, it could snowball. Evergrande, politics, governments, legislation, countries, world debt, COVID. The 6 booster didn't work. Like, all the FUD will come flying out. And when that happens, it will do something like this. So I do see this level as a very, very potential level right now. But it all depends what happens right here. It all depends what happens right here. And see, Scott, here's the thing. You're saying apparently there's support at 35. So my question to you is, that word apparently, when you say apparently, why do you say that? If you're saying there's support at 35,000, and you're saying apparently, that's because I'm assuming somebody else has said that there's support of 35,000. So my question to you is, who said that? Because here's the thing. This is what I can tell you with absolute certainty. 100% certain fact that I can tell you right now about what's going to happen. Ready? This is you can quote me on this, and you can tell any of your experts, anyone that's telling you what is going to happen. I'll tell you this. You can go back and you can tell them that. You can say, Steve Woody said, you're talking shit because of this one immutable fact. Every single expert out there, every single I don't care how successful they've been. I don't care if they're Willy Woo. I don't care if they're Plan B. I don't care if they're Siam Kid. I don't give a shit who says. I don't care. Nobody has a fucking clue what they're talking about. That's the only thing I can tell you with absolute certainty. Nobody knows. No one has a clue. People can guess, and that's all people are doing right now. They're speculating, they're guessing. Some people are guessing on purpose against the crowd so that if they're right, they're seen as amazing. But the fact is, oh, okay, you've seen it on one news source. Yeah. So, I mean, I would say that right now, nobody's like, I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. I'm guessing at what could happen based on what it looks like. But until I see proof of something happening, I'm not going to act on it. I need to see what happens over the next couple of days to be able to get a better understanding of where we are. And if it drops and I don't make the right call, then so be it. That's the thing. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody who can tell you what, like, I can watch Crypto Banter, I can watch Tyler S, I can watch all of the other people that are out there, I can listen to what Crypto Burb and Willy Woo and Plan B and everyone else says. There's 1,000 different opinions, right? And even going as far as to say, yeah, but look at what happened before. Look at what happened in 2013. Look at what happened in 2017. Look at where this support line is. Like, none of it matters because it's doing its own thing. It's doing its own thing. And not only is it doing its own thing, there's mass manipulation at the same time. So if you expect it to do something based on previous patterns, you can pretty much guarantee that there's somebody that knows that you're expecting that and they're going to do the opposite. So like there's so many things. There's so many things. But look, a lot of it's already been bought back up. All right, this could just literally be a shakeout that is liquid like there's a lot of people right now in long positions that have set a stop loss, right? So one of the things they tell you in trading is that if you're going to expect this to go up, then set a stop loss, and if it gets to this level, it cuts you out the trade. So what do? They manipulate the market to dump it, to cut everyone out their stop loss, and then off they go. Known as a shakeout. And it could very well be that, but nobody knows. I can't do anything until I see more candles. There's a little previous support on the Bitcoin log growth curve at around 35 to 36. Probably dumped throughout, but definitely a level to watch. Got that from an indicator on Look Into Bitcoin. Yeah, Harry. I mean, like, look, it's already kind of, look at that. Now, that to me is the complete opposite of what we just saw. That now looks extremely bullish. Watch it. Literally, look at that. Watch it in real time. That looks extremely bullish. Like that whole thing's just been bought up. Let's go into the 15-minute. Now look at that. That was an instant correction. Now that is a fake out. Is it a double fake? Is it a double bluff? Who knows? Who cares? We're in the market. We don't mind. So everyone that got out of the market because they freaked out then. And I was at a point when I'm like, look, I'm going to get ready to get out. That doesn't mean I didn't panic sell. I wasn't getting out. I'm getting ready to get out. There's a big difference. You need to sometimes the best thing you can do is just sit on your hands and do nothing. Because in those moments of panic when you're like, oh, this is happening, that's happening, what's going to go on? And it's in that panic that mistakes are made. Shorting or doing calls on crypto is not something that I'm a fan of. How crypto is growing. Whenever you see some new coin get the ability to get shorted, you see complete chaos. Do you know what? DGOT Games, 100% agree with you. I don't mess about with the markets. I don't short. I never short. If I trade long. Yes, I might trade some coins, but at the end of the day, I'm not a trader. I'm an investor. And I don't pretend to, I know enough about the markets to know some basic patterns and to see some things that help me. But look, now we're going to have another dump off and it's going to do the same thing again. And what's happening right now is the big boys are playing. All right. The big boys are playing their games and we just get to watch. That's all it is. That's it. Yes, people will be made and broken in these moments. This will create and destroy millionaires at the same swing of an axe. It's just something you can watch. Some guys make 100k per 15-minute candles. These are the stories people hear. Yeah, you never hear about the guys that get liquidated and have to move back into their parents. Well, that's the thing. So if we go to, I don't even know if it'll update right now. Let's have a quick look. I still want to wrap this. I still want it wrapped. I've been trying to wrap it for ages. And the reason I want it wrapped is because it's convenience for me. Yeah, meanwhile, I'm going to make a coffee. Scott, spot on. That's the right attitude to have. It is fun to watch, but that's it. You're literally just watching. Like, it's not something to act upon. Now, this is going to cause an absolute media stir. There's going to be crazy media right now. But this is, yeah, that is a typical fake out. And now we should see, I hope we'll see growth right now. So now I'm looking more bullish. Whereas I was looking at 30k and very possible from breaking that trend line, what I'm now seeing is 45k. Which is good because my portfolio really needs it. When I do my end of week reporting back to my clients, I have to take screenshots of how well I'm managing their portfolio. And if I'm not managing it very well, it doesn't look good on me, right? So if I take one portfolio as an example, yeah, just looking at it right now, yeah. It's down because of what's just happened, but it's fine. Look at this. It's recovering really quickly. Recovering really quickly, actually. If I get an idea and I have a look and it's just calculating, so I just have to wait for it to work, but it's 10 grand down in the last 24 hours. It's fine. It was 100 grand down the day before that, and it was 50 grand up the day before that. They're the swings that we're dealing with. It's fine. It's crazy, but it is what it is. It's nothing to really worry about. It's absolutely fine. So I'm not worried at the moment, even though the markets look red, even though everything looks down. What I'm now doing is I'm looking at this and going, okay, what do I want to buy today? Don at 28 cents. Oh my God, that is a steal. That is an absolute steal. That's a great buy right now. Cake at 10 cents. Not bad. Wow, look at that. What was that price? That just jumped down to 10. Wow, 10 cents. $10, sorry. What did Don drop down to? Didn't really drop, did it? Can't really see on the Don chart. You need more. Need more. Yeah, I did mention it earlier. If you want to learn more about candles, Crypto Sniper, which is Sheldon the Sniper, Crypto Banter. SLP's rough at the moment. Quant's really cheap at the moment. Quant down to 160. That's a great buy. That's back to January prices. We haven't seen Quant at this price since not January. Sorry. This is back to. Hold on. When was it last at this price? Hold on. August prices. We're back to August. Quant's going to be massive in the future. Quant's going to hit all new time highs. It was at 400. If you can get at 169, it went at 400. That's a massive Massive. All of them will. They all copy. They're all the same. Look, Ethereum would have done the same. Ethereum right now, great buy on Ethereum right now. It's under 3,000. Under $3,000. We haven't seen Ethereum under $3,000 in ages. Look at that. What a beautiful sell-off. Do you know what that means right now for me? I need to go and buy Axie. Sol is another one. Great buy right now on Sol. Great buy. AXS, look at that. What an incredible buy right now for $67. Oh, everything's so cheap. Coty at 31 cents. Great buy. Luna at $70. Still a great buy. That's a $100 token right there. It's Dirk at 260. Incredible buy. Form at under 5 cents again. Great buy. So much. So many good buys out there right now. CRO, that's going to $1. Good buy. There's 100% on CRO. Great buy. Look at that where it was. Look at that. That was at 97. It almost tipped $1. It's going back there. Just so many good coins to buy right now. So many good coins to buy. So yeah, anyway, my point being on that one is that there's a lot of good stuff happening. There's a lot of good stuff to buy. I am going to bring the screen back down. So, where are we at the moment and what are we doing with things? So, where we are at the moment is we have bought our horses in D-Race. We've bought our habitats for Genopets. We've got our Axies. We're going to buy some more, obviously. We're waiting for Sunflower Farm. It's being rebuilt. We need to wait for the next version to come out. We've got a lot of work to do on the back end on that, but we're building and working on that. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment with things. I hope that kind of brings you up to speed with what we're doing and where we are and how things are at the moment. I hope that kind of helps you to understand a bit more into this process. And again, if I kind of look at where we are right now, come back into this 1 hour chart, look at that. So it's already pulled back above that line. Klima, you're asking how Klima's doing. I haven't followed Klima in a while, so I couldn't tell you, but let me check. Let me have a look. So go to Dex Screener. Let's have a look at the price of Klima. Klima's suffering at the moment, and it's okay. Like, it's, yeah, so Klima right now is just doing its sideways movement. 118 it is at the moment. So 118 for Klima. It's totally, totally fine. This is another example where you'll look and go, oh my God, I bought in here at like whatever price, and now it's like, do you know what I mean? It's just been like dying. This is early. Like for Klima, what you need to remember about Klima is that it doesn't kick in until they've bought up all of the carbon credits. So look at how much, carbon-backed tokens they've got in there. And I don't even know if the website's updated at the moment. You probably don't want to be looking at the numbers on the website. They're probably not real. But what you need to understand when you go into the community Discord is understand how much carbon has been. Right, let's go into Discord. Any clue whether we get a client for SFL, or we're still using a web app? You'll still be using a web app, but there will be a there will be an offline version and an online version. There will be both, but I can't confirm any more than that at the moment. I don't know how it looks at the moment. There'll be an app as well, so there will be an iOS app. But I think right now you'll be interacting with a server. But I can't say any more about that because I don't know at the moment. So, I'm just trying to look at the announcement. Yep, there's no point bonding carbon at the moment. Let me just have a look. I haven't checked in a little while, so I don't know. We need to look at metrics. To date, we've locked a total of 14.4 million tons. So let's go back to their Klima website and have a look. So 14.4 million tons. And they had 14.2. Okay, cool. All right, so it's not that far out, actually. So it's up 3.24%, right? Which also consists of everything. So what we need to work out here is you need to understand how many carbon tons there are in the world and how many of them Klima own. Because when Klima owns all of the carbon tokens, the price of Klima goes through the roof. So this is a long-term investment. You don't invest in this to make quick money. You invest in this because you want to do good for the planet, you want to make a difference, and you want to make some money as a result of that. It's a long-term investment. So like I have a small amount of my portfolio in here, but I do have a bit. So yeah, this is what we need to look at right now, yeah? Watching supply, 17.4. So basic carbon token price is 17.3 million supply, and it's $5 per, yeah? And then look at how much we've got. So we've got over 14.4 million. Gives you an idea where we're standing at the moment, all right? So, yeah, Klima's one that will come back. But at the moment, the price is going to go sideways. Do you know why this is a good thing that the price is going sideways? Doesn't matter what price you bought in at. The fact is you bought in. Yes, you could have more if you bought in cheaper. That's always a thing. If you bought in at 1,000 and it's now 100, yes, you could have got 10 times more. Yes, okay. But you didn't. So don't worry. There's no point stressing about it. The fact is that when it does recover, right, this is exactly what I was saying. Let's say, all right, use this as an example. Let's say you bought in here at $2,500, all right? Now, you're going to be looking here and going, oh, my God, I bought in at $2,500 and it's gone down and now it's worth this. Oh, my God, Klima's dead. Axie's dead. Everything's dead. Now, what happens? They own all of the base carbon tokens, all right? And then they pump the price of the base carbon tokens. Companies legally need to buy BCT to offset their emissions. So one of two things happens. Either companies are forced to be greener properly, or they continue to offset by greenwashing. They buy the carbon tokens at an inflated price, and Klima does this. All right? Now, what happens? As long as Klima goes above the point that you bought in, you're now in profit. But also, you've been making 20, 30, 40,000% APY all along. So you had, let's say, one Klima here, and all the way along here, you've been accumulating, and you've now got 10, excuse my shoddy writing, 10 Klima here. So now you've just made 10x your money, even though you cash out for exactly the same as what you bought in. Now let's say it doubles in value, you've now made 20x your money. But this is going to take time. You have to be able to walk away and ignore it and not look. Like, that's the story. With all of these, with Wonderland Time, with Klima, with all of them. It's time in the market, not timing the market. Have to be aware of that. So this is still playing its funny games. Up and down, up and down. I think it's going to settle along this line for a little while. I think it's going to sit on this line for a little while. I'm going to watch this carefully. We're not out of the woods yet. This doesn't mean we're going up. It means that it looks like in this moment we're going up. But we could also, if we drop under this line, it could look like we're going down. So you just need to be aware that this could go both ways. I'm going to leave that on there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough for one. I think we've talked about enough what's going on. I think I've given you a much better understanding of what's going on. We will continue to build out and do everything that we're doing here. We'll continue to build out all of the stuff with D-Race. We'll continue the stuff with Form. I've got an AMA with Form tomorrow. We've got a new strategy with Donkey that we're looking at getting out in the near future. We've got team meetings with lots of different people for Sunflower. And that's about it at the moment. Yeah, see, you're saying Wednesday 1:30 p.m. USA News is the thing I watch. I don't watch that, and I won't watch that because it's news, and I don't watch any news because all news is bullshit, in my opinion. But you do you. If it works for you, that's great. Like, watch it. I don't watch any news. I talk to the people that are building the applications. Like, when I was on a call the other day with the CEO of D-Race, that's a perfect example. Like, being in the Telegram group. I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, it's in my pocket. So I'm in a Telegram group at the moment with the core developers of Matic. I'm connected to the founders of Matic, to the founders of D-Race, to the founders of many different, to the founders of Formation FI, to the founders of Sunflower. So these may be like small DeFi apps, but when you consider like Donkey, GenoPets, when you consider talking to Jiho in Axie, when you consider all of these people that I talk to, when you piece it all together, that's my news. I speak to them and I find out what they say, and then I make an informed decision based off of their opinions. So anything else that's happening, the only reason I would watch the news would be to find out what might be happening on a broader scale. Like, for example, what's happening with Evergrande. Because Evergrande and whatever happens with them, that could have a knock-on effect on the debt market. So I watch stuff like that. I watch like where the lockdowns that are happening. Like I get a recap of that sort of stuff. But yeah, I tend not to watch it because I think that nobody knows. By the time you read it, even an economic calendar, by the time you read it in the news, regardless of what channel it is, it can be the Financial Times, it could be the fucking Daily Mail. Doesn't matter what news outlet you're referring to, all news outlets, by the time you hear about it in the news, it's too late. That's a simple fact. By the time you hear about it in the news, it's too late. It's already happened. The people that were going to be in are already in. The decisions that were going to be made have already been made. By the time it makes it out to mainstream, it's over. So I tend not to get my facts or opinions from there because I tend to be behind the curve if I do that. I tend to watch, if you want any source of data to refer to, on-chain analytics. Look at Glassnode. Go onto the website Glassnode and start consuming and understanding what data to look at and how to read it. Because there's the thing about data that you could end up looking at data, make a thesis out of that data, and it could be wrong. So you need to know like what data you're looking at. But always, 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 if you're going to get your news from the data and not from the hype or the FUD. I hope that helps anyway. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to call it for today. I'm going to get back to work. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I will continue to build the rest of the Axie Scholars out up to 200. Continue to work with the team back on Sunflower. We'll get the D-Race launched. It's busy. We've got a lot going on at the moment. Also, don't forget on the 20th, so in 10 days' time, I'm going to be starting beta testing for Genopets. So if you want to be included in that Genopet, make sure you go over to the Discord server and just make sure you make yourself aware that you're interested. That's it, guys. Have an amazing week. I will be here if you need me. Apart from that, I will speak to you soon. Look after yourselves. I'll speak to you soon. And yeah, just shut down the charts. You don't need to look at them. Don't worry. Everything's going to